It's so weird. Yep. Hi, seventh graders. You're joining day A. Your A day science or B day science?
This is
B
A.
day science.
So
No, it's
Your
B.
Your A day science?
No, we're B day.
B day.
we're B.
So A day gets to join B day today as we go through this. So first and foremost, take out your homework if you don't have it. For our homework, we're going to start with this problem. So this problem is a little bit trickier than our normal surface area problems. This is not on your quiz today, so don't worry that it's on your quiz. But when we think about the end of the chapter test, this is really where we want to go. So what makes this problem more difficult than just doing surface area of a regular prism in a regular pyramid? What makes it more difficult?
Well, pyramid is on top of the rectangle, so you can't really do the full top, but you can still do that 7 feet part.
So you can't do the full top because this part is touching, and thinking of the pyramid too, you don't include the base. So let's start first with our rectangular prism. Now we're still going to start, even though you don't have the full top, we're still going to start with our formula. What's that formula?
For the rectangle, base times height.
No, the whole formula for surface area. Two times
length times width plus 2 times length times height plus 2 times width times height.
Now, does it matter if you get these in order?
No.
No, as long as you're multiplying length and width height, width and height. Now, even though our base and our two bases, the bottom and the top, are different, we're still going to start with all of this. So let's substitute these in. 2, what do we want to use for our length?
12.
Sure, and I'm just going to put L equals 12 here so we can come back to it. What do we want to use for our width?
5.
Plus 2 times, we said length was 12. What's our height then?
4.
Height equals 4 times 4 plus 2 times our width, we said was 5, and our height is 4. When you plug that all into your calculator, what do you get?
You get a final answer of 256.
Is that for the entire prism?
That's the
and including the base of the pyramid?
No.
Okay.
Just the
So let's how about all 3 of you plug this in your calculator? 3. There's only 3 students in this classroom right now for those of you watching, which makes it even more fun.
4 people.
Yeah. 4 people now. We have a 4th. Oliver, just a heads up, we are recording the screen so students can watch this.
256.
256. So for this entire prism, you have 256 feet squared. Yeah, you can pick any spot you want today. Now, we talked about the top of it not having the entire top. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have us find the area of the base of this pyramid and subtract it off. What's the length and width of this base? Well, this is a square pyramid. We can tell because 7 is here. To get to 12, you have another 5 feet here. 7 plus 5 equals 12. And this is 5 feet here. So the base, you can come in and make a little thing later. Let's get through it first. 5 times 5 gives us an area of
25 divided by
25. Hang on, no dividing by. So the area is length times width, which is 5 times 5, which is 25. Now, what do we have to do with that 25? This is where this
Divided by 2.
If it was a triangle, we would divide it by
times by
2.
4.
No.
What?
What did we just calculate? 25 is
We just did the base.
the base. So this is the area we have to subtract from this prism because it's
That's
not
the law.
included. So we're going to subtract 25. And when I subtract 25,
That's 231.
so we have 231 feet squared for just the prism. Now we're going to move over to the pyramid. What do I need to calculate in the pyramid? Am I going to calculate all of the sides of the pyramid?
No.
Just the,
Triangle.
what we call
The lateral faces.
lateral faces. So we're going to calculate the lateral faces. And I'm just going to erase this so we can see the lateral faces again. So what is the formula for one side of my lateral face?
Base times height divided by 2.
It's a triangle. We use base times height divided by 2. How many of these lateral faces do we have?
4 sometimes.
So then we multiply by 4 because we have 4. Base is 5. Height is 5 divided by 2 times 4. What do you get when you simplify this step?
Well, 5 times 5 is 25 times 4, that's 100 divided by 2, that is 50.
Now, what do we do with this 50?
You add it to 231.
You add that, and you get a final answer of?
281 feet squared.
So
306.
306, I think, would be without that 25 subtracted
Yeah,
off.
if you see, that's the problem that I did. I added and then I subtracted from that prism. That's another way you could do it. You could do it all and then subtract the prism from it.
Yeah, so if you're getting this number 306, those of you who are not with us are joining us virtually, 306 just means that you've added an extra base here, but we don't include the base on the pyramid and we have to take it off of our prism. So the final answer should actually be 281 feet squared. This problem, again, is not going to be on your quiz tomorrow, or today. Today, you're taking your quiz now. It's just a really good warm-up problem. All right, we're going to go through 3 quick warm-up problems. Your job is to solve this on your own, and then we're going to talk about it, surface area. So those of you who are joining me virtually, I'm going to pause it, solve it, play it. Once you have an answer to, check your work. I'll just do it. All right. We are going to go through and find the surface area first of the 2 triangle bases. Now, because this is a prism, the top and the bottom are going to be exactly the same. When I'm looking at a triangle, what I need to look for is my right angle. That tells me what my base is and my height is of my triangle. So the area of the bases is what I'll do first. And that is base times height divided by 2, but then we go ahead and we multiply it by 2 in the end because we have a base up top and a base down below. Base 8, height 15 divided by 2 times 2. When we plug that in our calculator, we get an answer of 120. Now I have to add to that my lateral faces. In a triangular prism, a triangle has 3 sides, so we have 3 lateral sides. For each of them, they're always going to be a rectangle. Prism is always a rectangle, so it's going to be length times width plus length times width plus length times width. Now, each of my widths are going to be equal to my height. That's going to stay consistent for all 3. This is 18. Hopefully I'm recording. This one's 18. This one is 18. How do I get my different lengths? I'm going to start with my first one in my triangle. So 8 times 18 plus, I'm going to go to my next one, 15 times 18 plus 17 times 18. Now, when I go through, 8 times 18 is?
144.
Perfect. 15 times 18 is? 270. And 17 times 18 is?
306.
You will then take the 3 lateral faces plus your bases, add those together, and you get a final answer of 840 millimeters squared. Awesome. Now we're going to do another warm-up problem. Here is a cylinder. Go ahead, pause the video if you are day 2. Pause this, solve this, and hit play once you are done. There we are. All right. Our formula that we use for this is what, everybody?
2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h.
Now, for this, this first part is going to be the area of my 2 bases. So 2 times the area of 1 circle, because you have a circle on the top and a circle on the bottom, plus this is my lateral face. And there's only 1 lateral face. And if you think back, it's still on the board over there. Our lateral face is still going to be a rectangle. So we take our length times our width for that rectangle, and the length is equal to the circumference, 2 pi r, and the width is equal to the height. So this is where these 2 come from. For 2 pi r squared, we're going to do 2 times 3.14 times 3 squared. When you plug just this alone into your calculator, we got a final answer, or we got an answer of 56.52. 52. Yes. And then we're going to take our lateral faces and we're going to do 2 times 3.14 times 3 times our height of 9. And when we plug just that one in, 2 times 3.14.
You get 169.56.
Yes. 169.56. And then when you add those two numbers together, you get 226.08, and this is still squared, so centimeters squared for your final answer. All right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think we're ready for our quiz. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Students, you're now ready for your quiz. And 7th graders, we have one more warm-up problem. We are going to do a regular pyramid. The base of this pyramid is a square. So go ahead and find the surface area of a square pyramid, and then pause the video. So pause the video, do the calculations. When you are done, play it, and come back for an explanation. All right, here is the answer for this. So when we think about this, the base of my pyramid is what?
4.4.
Yep, it's a square, and the way we solve for the area of a square is
Base times
height, length times width, whatever you use. So we take our 4.4 and we multiply it by our 4.4. We are going to add that to our lateral faces, which are 4 identical triangles. So our triangle is base times height divided by 2, but because we have 4 of them, we multiply by 4. So my base of my triangle, still 4.4. My height of my triangle, 6.6, divided by 2, all that times 4. When you plug this whole thing into your calculator, you get a final answer of
77.44.
beautiful, 77.44 meters squared. That is exactly what I got too.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure I don't have another one before I send you off. Okay, I think this is now where we do our quiz. There, now we actually take our quiz. Okay, so at this time, you can go ahead and now take your quiz that we are finished. Stop. Okay.